Hello, welcome back. This is our third week of the Total Makeover Challenge, and we are so excited to be able to see the girls again. It's been a whole week, and lots of things have been happening for them.
Yes, and we have some amazing speakers for tonight.
Yes, that's
and
right.
Our theme is going to be on self-esteem.
Yes, and also we have Dawn from Fabitan coming
Yes.
and talking about the benefits of the red light.
Yes, the infrared light.
Yeah, that's right.
And also, she's going to also talk about the benefits of tanning too.
Yeah.
Like 20, 30 years ago, people all said stay away from the tanning salons,
Yeah.
but apparently now it's completely different. It's very healthy for you, gives you your vitamin D.
Great.
And then
Well, we're going to learn tonight. Anyway,
yeah. And then they've got this new thing, which doesn't tan you, it just makes you feel really good.
Oh,
we're going to hear about that.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, so great speakers, and we're going to have our weigh and measure. So it's been a week since the last weigh, and a week or measure, and a week and a bit for the last weigh. So it's going to be exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
Yeah.
And we'll also find out tonight who is the biggest loser this week.
Yes.
We are in competition with the other city.
Right. We want to be on the top of the Facebook page.
Last week, the other city, I should say Langley,
Yeah.
they won. They
Yeah.
lost more percentage of weight than the Abbotsford girls did.
Yes.
So we're hoping tonight.
I'm rooting for both.
I
wanted to
yes.
go back and forth.
But just because we're the city coordinators here,
Yeah.
you got to feel a little bit like, hey, we want Abbotsford to
Yeah.
win. Yes.
Anyway, we will see you later.
Yes, we'll talk to you afterwards.
Bye.
But I want to say that we all have a story. And in the moment of your story, it feels like the worst story, that no one could have a worse story than you. And I get a million of them, I tell you, because I'm kind of old, actually. But I'm not gonna, I'll just sort of sum it all up. I mean, I grew up poor. There were 6 kids in a little tiny 2-bedroom house, and we were told that we were poor. My dad couldn't work because his health was always ill. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere. No birthday parties, nobody came to my house. So I wasn't nurtured growing up. Things like I would go to kiss my mom goodnight and she would turn her face. Her being in the hospital and phoning and asking to talk to everyone in the family but me. And I always felt like an outcast, but I was close to my dad because I wasn't allowed to go anywhere and he was home ill all the time. I spent a lot of time around him. But back in the day, there was no cable vision and there was no color television, and he ruled the television. So I spent a lot of days alone with myself. You know what happens with your mind, right? It can go totally down the wrong road, which is exactly what happened. Because I wasn't nurtured, because I wasn't loved, because nobody told me I was worthy of anything, nobody came and watched me play ball or volleyball or anything at school. I was basically school and home. And even in elementary school, my dad drove me. I was not allowed to walk home with kids. The thing that really was a turning point for me was that I was working at a credit union. And I got on in a little credit union, and then a big credit union came and kind of bought up the little one. So I had to go to that credit union, not by choice, it just happened. Well, I was getting bullied there big time. Right off the bat, for no reason other than that we were the new girls and they didn't ask for us and they didn't want us, and we got bullied really bad. And I did not know how to handle it. However, what happened was the woman who was bullying me was quite a large woman, and she started to lose weight, and I was like, hell no. And I was large, right? And I thought, hell no, you're not going to bully me at work and then beat me at this either. She kind of motivated me to pick myself up, because I would kind of fight back to her. I'm not a doormat, so I would stand up to her, and of course that would make her madder because I would prove her wrong, and that would piss her off, and her and the other woman were bullying me and the other girls. But somehow it was a bit of a catalyst for me to say no more. No more anybody bullying me. And that included all the negative talk that I was giving to myself. And I made a decision when I turned 49 that I was going to stop. I was just going to be kind to myself. And that related to 80 pounds coming off, quite literally. I stopped dieting. I stopped thinking about all those things. And I thought about where I was at in my life. I really took an evaluation. And here's the other thing that I learned. I had tried to work at jobs that I didn't like, ever. But I kept going out of guilt because all of you go to jobs, right? You just go to the office and you do your job. And my husband would say, just go to work. Don't try and do that craft thing. Don't try and do that art thing. Don't try and do that. Like, just go to work. And so I would say, what's the matter with me? Why can't I just go get a job and go to work? But every time I would just, stuff would happen, right? This is what I learned about self-esteem. When you're not being who you are, when you don't live your life every day based on who you are and what you want for yourself, you'll never have self-esteem. Never. That's when I got self-esteem. Now that's different to me than confidence. Because self-esteem is self, you. Esteem is basically pride. So if you're going through your day and you don't feel pride about who you are, what you're being, all of that, you will never get self-esteem. And self-esteem isn't something you just go purchase or, you can try and talk yourself into it for a while, like fake it till you make it. But
that's a good place to start.
It's a good place to start, but you've got to sort of do a self-discovery, which is so great because this is where you guys are all now. And that's why this is important for me to tell you this, to please, if you're taking stock of yourself, not just the outside, but really dive into this inside stuff. And
I didn't realize that I wasn't the only one feeling insecure until I started photographing women. And every woman, didn't matter what she looked like, every single woman I photographed over those years had an issue with something on their body, on their face, on their ankles. It was extremely disturbing but very eye-opening because you don't know what the girl next to you think she's got it all together and she's just as messed up as the rest of us. So you can't judge. One thing that really resonated with me when women would walk through the door is that they would always point out their flaws to me. It was a camera thing. Oh, don't photograph this, don't photograph that, I got this, I got that. They always told me their perceived flaws. And I would look at them and I think, okay, this is what I just saw when I walked through the door. I saw this bright woman that had, light in her eyes and a cute little giggle or, whatever. I never saw the flaw that they were pointing out to me.
When you judge yourself, you judge others, and when you judge others, you judge yourself. It is a pattern that you create, okay? And it's a pattern you need to break because it's unlikely that you're going to stop one and not the other. It is. It's a total habit, and it's a habit that you can break. And I'm guilty of doing it. And part of the reason was coming from such a place of low self-esteem, you're kind of looking to make yourself feel better by looking for that flaw in somebody else, right? But it's not an attractive thing. And you'll look and you'll turn that back on yourself every single time. So I had to retrain myself. And the way I did that was that I consciously made an effort that every time I saw someone, when I saw them, I would be like, oh man, I just love that you're rocking your natural hair color. Okay? And what happens is, I didn't say it out loud, okay, when I would be doing this. It was all in my head. So I would maybe see her on the street or in the store or the mall or something. In my head, I'd be saying that. She doesn't know. In here knows. Okay? In here knows. And in here is the thing that you're trying to change. You can't just change it without putting action behind it. Okay? And so you have to change your thought process. And so I don't do that to myself. It's now a pattern. I do not, as I used to, look in the mirror and hate myself. I just don't do that anymore because it's not in my DNA. And that's my other thing. You got to get all this in your DNA. Until you get it in your DNA, you can whatever. You can say whatever you want. Hey, I'm a nice person. But if you're really not, and you all know. So work on that for the betterment of yourself. Silently bless people. We have to exhibit kindness and love to each other. Everyone. Everybody's got a story.
Each other. So I want you to point out what you know, and even if you don't know that person, you're going to be surprised that you kind of might know something. Say thank you. Get used to saying that and acknowledging these things.
Have a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Michelle, you're awesome.
Real gentleness.
Michelle, you funny.
You're pretty.
Thank you. You're friendly.
Dawn, you are brave.
Thank you.
Dawn, you're very caring. Thank you.
Dawn, you're very inspirational.
Thank you.
Dawn, you're very committed.
You guys are gonna make me cry. Thank you. Jen, you're freaking amazing. Thank you. You're so energetic. Awesome.
Thank you.
Jen, you have an awesome sense of humor.
Thank you.
Jen, you're beautiful.
Jen, you have a very nice smile.
Jen, you're very kind.
Thank you.
Jen, you have a beautiful heart.
Thank you.
Jen, you're very sweet.
Sorry.
Laura, you're very friendly.
Thank you.
Laura, you're very organized.
Thank you.
Laura, I love your red hair and your sparkling personality.
Thank you, Gwen.
You have an amazing smile.
Thank you.
Maple, you're inspiring.
Thanks.
You make me seem very dedicated.
Thank you.
Mabel, your funky personality is awesome.
Aw, thanks.
Gwen, you're a great warm-up buddy.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Gwen, you're fun to be with.
Oh, thanks.
Gwen, I love your excitement when you come in and you get waved.
Thank you.
Jen, I love your laugh.
Your
Jen, I love your accent. And yeah, I love that you think about other people all the time.
Thank you.
Shannon, I love your smoke.
Thank you. Shannon, you're very inspiring.
Thank you.
Shannon, you're very kind. Thank you. Shannon, I love your personality.
Thanks. Bonnie, I love your laugh.
I love that your whole face laughs.
Bonnie, you're really resilient.
Thank you.
Bonnie, I love your sense of humor.
Thank you.
Teresa, you're really kind.
Thank you.
Teresa, your gorgeous eyelashes.
Thank you. They're real.
Paige, you have a great smile.
Paige, you're super
Thank
sweet.
Yeah, oh.
Thank you.
Paige,
I love you.
Paige, you're very friendly.
Thank you.
Paige, I love your determination.
Crystal, I love your shirt. I love that color.
Thank you. Crystal, you're very beautiful.
Thank you.
Crystal, you seem like a very dedicated woman.
Thank you.
Crystal, you have a really nice aura. Like, you're just kind of nice, pleasant to be around.
Carly, you have a great energy.
Thank you. Carly, you chose awesome ink.
Thank you.
Carly, you are gnarly.
Thank you.
Cheyenne, you are a natural beauty. Like,
Cheyenne, I love your
hair.
Cheyenne, I love your strength.
Thank you.
Cheyenne, I love your name.
Thank you.
Cheyenne, you got a really big heart.
Thank you.
Terry's very strong.
And Terry, you're very bubbly.
Thank you.
Terry, you have a nice personality.
Thank you.
Terry, you're very kind.
Thank you.
Terry, you're worthy.
Thank you.
Terry, you glow.
Even when I'm crying, thank you. I love your
Barbara, you're very spunky.
Thank you.
I love your heart.
Thank you.
Barbara, you're very nurturing.
Thank
Barbara,
you.
you're very positive.
I love how supportive you are.
Thank you.
Cindy, I love your determination.
Thank you.
Cindy, you have a great smile.
Cindy, I love your compassion.
Thank you.
Cindy, I love how friendly you are.
Thank you. Cindy's gonna need a tissue.
Cindy, you're
Angie, I love how sweet you are.
Thank you.
Angie, I love your smile.
Thank you.
Angie, I love your voice.
Thank you.
Angie, I love your inner badass.
Angie, I love your dimples.
Oh, thank you. I was kissed by angels.
Sarah, you are a delight.
Thank you.
Sarah, you are wickedly sarcastic.
Thank you.
Sarah, I like your confidence.
Thank you.
Sarah, I like your spark.
Thanks.
Tara, you're very positive.
Tara, you're very giving.
Thank you.
Tara, you're very inspirational.
Thank you.
Tara, you're very knowledgeable.
Tara, you're a sweetheart.
You're very brave.
Thank you.
Haley, you're very strong.
Thank you. You're very cute too.
Haley, you're inspiring.
Thank you.
Haley, you're courageous.
Thank you.
And you really do have a nice smile.
My face hurts right now.
Amber, you're very kind.
Thank you.
Amber,
Go ahead.
you're easy to talk to.
Thank you.
Amber, you're dedicated.
Thank you.
Amber, you're a go-getter.
Amber, you have nice dimples.
Thank you.
You're a very strong person.
Thank you.
Cindy, I like your sparkle.
Oh, thank you.
Cindy, I love your glasses.
Thank you.
Cindy, you're very sweet.
Thank you.
Carrie, you were strong.
Thank you.
Carrie, you're very determined.
Thank you.
Carrie,
Terry, you have a beautiful soul.
Terry, you're so cute.
Terry, you did that yoga yesterday.
Very unique.
Thank you.
Cheryl, you have awesome stories.
Thank
I love
you.
that you share them.
Thank you.
Cheryl, you have awesome shoes.
Thank you. I just noticed them.
So take all this with you, and please use it when you need it, and say thank you when people come up, and use it with others too. Like give back everything that you're getting. I just want to say what I observed while this was going on. Everybody was glowing with a big smile on their face, because this again gets into your DNA.
Okay, that was a wonderful evening.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, great speakers again. So we had Dawn from Fabutan and all the services that she offers and all the health benefits that go with it.
Yes.
So really interesting.
And Heather Rieder and Kim Mallory.
Yes.
They did Self-Esteem. That was amazing.
Oh, it was so good. Just their stories too. It's
Oh,
like
very,
so
very touching.
Yeah, that's my word, touching.
That's my word too. Very, very, it really impacted all the girls.
Yeah.
And then that exercise I did at the end was amazing.
Very powerful.
Yeah. It was very
just
beautiful.
the sharing of, everyone's positive thoughts on each other. So it was
very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do we have, we're gonna
we have
share the winners?
Biggest
for-
losers.
Biggest losers for
Biggest
today.
losers, because it was weigh and measure. So we have Terry, who was the biggest loser in weight with over 3.6 pounds.
Wow.
And Cheryl for inches, 10 inches.
That's a lot of inches in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She must be really
And
working
she's
out.
working out hard.
Oh, yeah.
So that's awesome. Way to go.
Yeah, so that was amazing. Yeah, so great evening, and I guess we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Okay, bye.